Happy Monday, folks, which is strange for us because usually we're live on a Sunday, but tonight we're actually here for a special reason. As always, guys, recently we've been doing the Arrow short film special, and tonight we're joined with another guest. J-Mac, tell everybody who we're joined by tonight.
Do you know what? Maybe this is something I maybe should have clarified before we came on, is the pronunciation of Alex's name. Now, I might absolutely destroy the name here, but I'm sure he'll correct me when he comes in. We've got Alex Baró Cayetano. Now, if that's wrong, I'm sorry, Alex. I forgot to ask you before we come on, but we didn't have much time. But yeah, he's the writer director of Keith, this lovely little short film that we were sent by Arrow to review, and yeah, can't wait to talk about it. It's good fun.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's Alex on the show. Alex, welcome to the Jibber Jabber Podcast. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here tonight. Was J-Mac correct? Guys. Did he pronounce your name right?
J-Mac, I'm going to say, I think you must be the person in the UK that has said my name the best I've heard so far.
Wow, well done.
Yes.
Generally, the best I've heard so far. You've been practicing or something in front of the mirror. Like, it sounds like you're actually pretty good for someone in the UK. Normally, you just destroy it completely, but you did good. So.
What you've said is that I'm the best in the UK. You didn't say it was good. So. So.
Yeah. So what is the correct pronunciation? Mine's, I don't know.
It's Alex Baró Cayetano. And J-Mac said pretty much like that, to be honest.
Yeah. I did all right with that. I'm going to give myself a little pat in the back there.
Yeah, you got any Mediterranean blood in you or something?
What's that?
You got any Mediterranean blood?
Not as far as I know, but I've had some wild holidays.
You never know. We were sent a lot of films from Arrow to watch. It's basically the latest run of great horror shorts, and one of the ones that really stood out to us was Keith. For me personally, I really loved the voice. I like the idea that there's a narration to someone rather than like you don't. I'm a firm believer in sometimes you shouldn't see what the monster is for a long time before the reveal. I really, really enjoyed it, and I also thought the young actress was brilliant as well, and so I really liked it. My biggest criticism of Keith is that it wasn't long enough because I wanted more. So I suppose that's not a criticism at all, eh? So where did the initial idea for Keith come? Was it maybe something you experienced as a child?
Well, of course, Keith talked about all the horror things that you as a kid are very scared of, especially something under the bed or something in the wardrobe. We'll have our own versions, right? But I must say the original version comes from. Are you guys familiar with a subreddit called Creepypasta?
Yeah. Creepypasta.
Well, I think maybe it's called like 2 word sentences. I think it's called. Two sentences.
It was the
two
sentence
story. Yeah, so I think it was one of these 2 that found like something very similar to that. I need to find his name because he did write like the sentence or like the creepypasta on something very similar on terms of like, it makes you think it's like under the bed, but it turns out it's somewhere else, right? Like a nice twist. His name is, let me just find his name, you people can find it. David Maloney. He makes, I think he's a horror writer or something like that. And I did contact him about the idea, and he was like pretty keen about us making a short film about it. So that's probably where the idea came from. And then he just developed into like a bigger thing. But it literally came from like a 2-sentence thing.
So that's one sentence per minute. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
So I'm really good at math. So, I mean, it is very, very short. I mean, even as short films go, this is a very, very short one. But you managed to pack quite a lot into that. What was the process for expanding on what David came up with?
Well, it was basically we wanted to. I think I was like early in my writing career and all that stuff and directing. So I just had a living room, and I said to myself, let me see what I can do with just like this little room and just a crew of friends and it was just more like a challenge and see how much I can write out of like a 2-sentence thing, see how much you can make out of a living room. And it just became like a little like passion project with the friends, and it just became like a nice little short film to show around. So it just came from nothing as a it was supposed to be like a fun exercise, and it just turned out quite nice, we thought.
No,
yeah,
definitely.
it looks great. What did you film on? What did you shoot on?
It's an Alexa Ari, like mini Ari, I think it's called. Yeah, and DOP is Terrence Wilkins. He's an amazing
Okay.
DOP. He's doing amazing bits right now. Very cool guy, very easy to work with, and he's a bit of like an old school DOP with like, you know, he just likes all these creative ideas, like Apocalypse Now kind of like look into it.
Yeah. I mean, it does look fantastic, and sound it's something we've learned doing. Like, we made our own short film and stuff, but sound is so important as well. The sound design was great, and like Kevin said, the voice for the titular character of Keith. That was a great voice, man. Who did that, or was this something that you were quite heavily involved in?
That's one of my best mates. He's done a lot of acting, like as a hobby. He's not a trained actor, but he's naturally good at it, and he's very good at sound design. So he was using in his room, he was recording in a mic while like adding all the sound effects and all the sound design. Because as you say, like sound is half a film, right? You could, I think, even more. Like, I think you could watch a film without image and you will understand what's happening. But if you watch a film with no sound, I think you're going to be a bit lost.
Yeah.
So yeah, sound does and he smashed it. He made an amazing work of like the sound design, and just he I think he fully carried that story with the very unique sound design.
It stands out, and I think as well, see if you had the whole film like a full feature length with Keith really just being a voice, I don't think that would take anything away from it. If anything, I think that would make it really, really intriguing. You know, like a voice that is essentially a character with no visual representation at all. That'd be pretty excellent. And we've got a couple of comments here. Janice says, a very good short film. And Matthew goes on to say, evening fellas, loved the short, cracking lore set up in such a short time. Reminded me of a sketch I saw a long time ago of a child sleeping with his stuffed animals fighting off a creature emerging from his closet. Need a full Keith feature, smiley face. That's a big
I'd like to see that. Whatever it is.
No. Janice goes on to say, I would never have thought of Keith for a monster name. Brilliant. Nobody even wants to call their kids Keith, let alone a monster.
So where did that name come from? Where did the name come from, Keith?
I mean, as I said, it was generally, I mean, I'm sorry for any kids out there, but I thought it was quite like a boring name.
It's so is.
So really,
Keith's the type of guy that watches snooker.
We actually go through all the names. Originally was Bob, and then it went to Steve, and then just ended up being Keith.
Oh man, Keith. Yeah, it's one of those names. I remember I've told this story a few times, but this just for yourself, Alex. I remember I was at work one day, and one of my colleagues, she said, "Is it I before E or E before I?" And I said, well, it's normally I before E, but it depends on, I mean, that's the normal, but there are exceptions. What is it you're trying to spell? And she said, that's my son's name, Keith. I was like, you can't spell your own son's name.
It's like, I'm just thinking about the I and the E, Keith or Keith. Yeah. It's literally the same. Actually, I wish I had like written it down the opposite way. So like Kiethth. That would be funny. Like the wrong way, because it sounds the same.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see I don't understand why it's so complicated. I before E, E before I. Just make it the same every time. But so it does actually, like Kevin said, the film does leaves you really wanting to see more. Now, do you have any plans for expanding on this, or is this a standalone?
Yeah, there was a plan that would go together with a producer and a writer, and we were like working for a year developing a full script, like a 90-page thing, like very horror-y. And I mean, as you can tell, Keith is there's a lot of comedic tone to it. It's supposed to make you laugh every now and then. And I mainly do comedy. That's what I do mainly. But I want to do a horror short. And the thing I was making with those guys, it was looking good, but it was essentially a horror film, which is not what I wanted to be doing. I want to make it something like either horror but like comedic, kind of like like a blend of genres. And I think that just got parked on the side, and on my own, I'm trying to develop into something else. I'm trying to make a longer short film now, which is a bit more funny. I don't know if you're familiar with the BFI Short Film Fund in the UK. So I'm trying to apply for that next week. So I mean, if any filmmakers out there trying to get some funding, you have until Thursday to apply. It's a pretty big fund. So yeah, you just get in there. That'd be good.
Excellent.
So we're trying to make it into like a bigger thing, yeah, but a bit more funny, I would say.
Okay. And was this self-funded? This short?
Yes,
complete.
It was completely self-funded. I'm very lucky that I have a very talented group of friends that like to make films. So I just said to them, hey, you guys want to get together and spend a Saturday making a little short film or sketch, I would even say. And I just made everyone curry and just had some fun during the day. Yeah. Have you guys ever made like a small thing in like a one room, like in like a short film in just one room? Have you guys ever made that?
Well, we
one room.
I made one basically in a garage with a green screen. It was a music video from like 8 a.m. to like 3 the next again morning.
Nice.
And it was essentially the band were on a boat, and then a big claymation octopus like rips the boat apart with them on it, and they sink into the water, and they send you. It was a lot of fun, but it was a grind. So I know that, and essentially it had to get done that day. So everything that we shot that day was that day. So I understand that it's a grind, but it's something when you love it, like you really you feel the aches and pains after, but you're like, when you look back on it, it's like what Arnold Schwarzenegger says when he was filming Conan, where he almost got the perfect shot, and then the director was like, we need one more, but it's fine if you don't want to do it. And he's like, his arms are all bloodied, and he says it doesn't matter. He says the pain will heal in a couple of weeks, but this film will live forever. So we do it again, we do it again, So
that's knowledge right there.
You love it, if you love something, everything that goes into it is temporary. All the negative stuff that you knackered your skin, but the end result will essentially last forever, which is a thing of beauty, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very good word.
Especially when you're doing it with your friends.
Yeah. From Arnold. Good words from Arnold, the legend.
Yeah. He also said, those are fine words also.
Those are fine words as well.
Yeah. Did you find that with the fact that you were making it with friends in such a short space of time, was there ever a time where you were kind of butting heads with people, or was it all very easy to do?
No, it's very chill. We do this quite often. We get together, make short films. We get. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the 48-hour challenges.
Yeah. We were going to do that one.
I think we've planned to do it for 2 years and never fucking done it.
It's nightmare. It's like signing up for a nightmare. Yeah, so we do lots of that with them, right? So we understand each other. We really understand how we work, right? So like when we tell each other what we want, we know we're not being mean. We know we just getting it done, and everyone knows what's happening. No, there's no like butting heads at each other. It's never happened in my experience with my friends, which is I'm pretty lucky, I think. Yeah, and everyone knows what's happening. Everyone knows what's doing, and it becomes a bit of like a laugh. Everyone is essentially doing what they love in a playground with nice expensive cameras.
Yeah. I mean, even like obviously you had good cameras, good cinematographer. The lighting was fantastic. I mean, who dealt with the lighting?
Yeah, that's Terrence Wilkins as well.
So he's right. Okay.
Yeah, it was a very small crew. It's literally me and then Terrence and then a sound guy, maybe a couple more friends just helping out, and just the actress. And keep it small. Also, it was like July. It was stupidly hot as well in that room, so we tried to like have as little people as possible in there. Yeah.
Yeah. The girl as well. Who was the girl? Was that somebody that you knew?
It's Mia Hemmerling. She is an amazing actress. She's done some bits. I think she's been on some plays. I think the Harry Potter play London, I think she was involved in there as well. I'm not too sure what she's up to now, but she's amazing to work with, mainly because like when I work with my friends, a lot of the time I just throw them in front of the camera and they have to act, and they don't really know what they do, right? And we have to do retakes. But this girl Mia, she came in and she knew exactly what to say. Like she didn't really look at the script. She was just like, yeah, this is the next line, and she will nail it perfect. Okay, move on, next shot, and she doesn't say the line. She's like a very good actress. And I found her on a Facebook page for like actresses, child actresses, because dealing with like child actresses, it's quite difficult, like child actors, because they need to have like a 4-hour break, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So we try to like go around the whole bureaucracy thing, but just emailing some moms and saying, does your daughter want to act in this little short film for fun?
It's funny actually. We my son Lucas, he actually acted in one of our shorts with J-Mac, and he was actually amazing, wasn't he? He actually set quite the bar for us. So we've only had one experience working with a child, and he kind of set the bar even for you, J-Mac. He was telling you your lines.
Yeah, I do remember that at one point. I was like, oh shit.
What's Lucas' age?
Right now he is 13, but I think he was 12 at the time. 12 at the time, but very much. Lucas is the goat.
Wait, who's this guy? Who is this guy saying Lucas is the GOAT?
Mr. Higgs, I think. Yeah.
I think it's Lucas.
It's Lucas himself. What's your short film with Lucas in it? I'm just wondering, like.
Yeah, so the idea was, so Lucas and I have a very good relationship in regards to how we always wind each other up, right? And when he was a bit younger, he ate an apple, and he ate the seeds of an apple, and I was like, "Oh, you didn't?" And he's like, "What? What?" And I'm like, "If you've ate the seeds, you're going to turn into a tree." And I convinced him that his body would start morphing into a tree, right? So my mate Todd, he was studying at university, filmmaking, right? And he took that story that I told Todd, he took it and turned it into a screenplay, a short film. So J-Mac actually plays me, and Lucas plays himself. My younger son, Harry, he plays Lucas's brother, and it's all set around Lucas eventually becoming a tree and accepting it. I'll need to send it to you. It's actually so much fun. There's a point where at the end. Well, yeah, I can send you a link. I can send you.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. It's like hilarious, like weird, like the Daniels type of film.
Yeah. And in his mind, he's like, I'm going to become a tree, and he's trying to. And there comes a point at the end where he accepts it, and he just walks out into the forest, and he's just like, he's like, this is where I'll be now. Yeah, it's comedic, but there's actually a love about it as well. Like it's actually really about a bond between two brothers, which is quite deep for who wrote it. So you can take quite a lot away from it. I actually really enjoyed it, and that was a day again. We spent 2 days on that, no budget, just all as friends. We all work together. We all do stuff. We've all got cameras and everything. So it was really a labor of love. We actually really loved it. Todd Surprise says, how often does technology changes, camera editors, etc., impact the filming process?
Ooh, that's a loaded question
there. I'll leave that up there for you.
Well, I'm mainly an editor, right? So a lot of the time I do editing. I know editing in the last couple of years is taking a nice turn towards like the use of AI. I know some people, AI is a bit, it can be a bit, a hot topic right now because it's taking away from creatives and stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to editing, is giving some good tools, I think, for editing. When it comes to like removing like maybe like a background that you don't want. Like there's like there's you go like very easily. I mean, fuck me. Then then the VFX people is gonna come at you for being like, oh, this was a VFX people. So it just goes down this rabbit hole. So I guess with AI is a bit of a difficult topic because it's giving you so many tools, but at the same time you're taking away from people. But with cameras, oh man, cameras, I feel like it just keeps on going. It just never stops.
Yeah, I mean the
model and when you think you kept up, it's just the next model just comes up, and the files keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger as well. I mean, what's your experience as well, guys?
I find that so a lot of times, sometimes we work with other people and they want the files sent to them, and we're like, here, can you send us like a terabyte drive? Because it's all shot in RAW a lot of the time, and those files are massive. So it depends if we edit it ourselves. I know our main editor Seb, he's told me the exact same as what you have, that he even using Photoshop when he's doing like either still photography or he's doing editing, the reason he pays the subscription to Photoshop and all these other things is to use the AI. Where if the grass isn't quite how he'd like it, the grass could be changed using AI. So he says, as little as that, AI is pretty good to use.
That's better.
As little as that, the AI can be good. But if you're going to ask AI to do something quite extravagant, usually it misses. AI hasn't quite figured out hands yet, have they? That's how you know something's AI. You see an image and you're like, wow, that's so realistic. Hands are like. I'm true. I find as well that if you've got a great vision and a great story, I think content. I always say this, and I truly believe in it. You have a mobile phone, right? If you've got the idea and the content, it really doesn't matter how crisp and clean it looks. If you can really make someone lose the fact that they're sitting watching it and really invest in whatever it is you do, providing that it's no like a grainy old blurry Nokia 3310 style, you usually. I think the idea and the content trumps everything, and that's why we can enjoy so many different styles. I still love watching, and Arrow has it all over the Arrow player. You know, the older films where the women are like, "Oh my god!" Like everything's just so different, but yet the story is what keeps us there. You know, it's like professional wrestling. People can say, "Oh, it's fake and stuff," but it's storytelling. If you're invested, then you'll go to it, then you'll watch it. You know, it's all about how you can resonate with storytelling, and is exactly what Keith done in like just over 2 minutes. So I was very happy. And Matthewman said as well, he sent us a message and was like, I really loved Keith, loved the voice. Biggest issues, I wanted more. There was, you know what I mean? 2 minutes, you kind of left us hanging with. So once it finished, I was like, no. I was like, that can't be it. No. I know that you probably felt the same, J-Mac, right?
Yeah. Actually, you said earlier on, you actually corrected yourself, Alex. What you said, it's like, oh, is it going to make a short film? Well, is it a sketch? No, it's a short film. I was thinking about asking you this question, which is, what is the difference between a short film and a sketch? Because this film kind of bordered that line, I think. I think traditionally a sketch is just pure comedy. At the end of it, you get a big laugh, and that's the end of the sketch.
Yeah.
But did you almost see this as a short horror sketch as opposed to a movie?
I would say so. I feel like a sketch normally, as you said, is like, I think a sketch sets up something, and then at the end you get a punchline, right? And that's the end of the sketch. I feel like that's what Keith is a little bit. I come from a comedy background, right? So that, I guess that was me trying to make a comedy sketch a bit more scary and horror-y. So maybe just like a horror sketch, maybe even.
Right.
I know there's lots of stuff on YouTube of like horror short films where they just feel more like sketches, right? They just build up something and then there's a punchline at the end, which there's not much of a story. Like on Keith, for example, I don't think there's much of a story. I think it's more of like a punchline delivered in a nice way. I don't know what your thoughts are on it.
I think you do yourself a disservice there, because I think it is more than that. I think there is something, like, although it does have its funny moments. I mean, the monster's name's Keith. That is funny, right?
Even the girl points out, she's like, Keith.
That's a funny name for a
monster.
monster.
I'm not scared of Keith.
I don't know, man. I think most people called Keith are mental.
But you just don't know it because they go home and watch snooker while eating macaroni for a pot.
But my name's not Keith, but that's exactly what I do.
There was a film. What was it called? And the guy looks like Vecna, and I think that's maybe your style, Alex. What's that film? And the guy who speaks like this. Someone in the comments tell me. I watched it not too long ago. It may have been on Shudder. Guy comes and he looks very demon-like, and he comes to Earth to just destroy it, and then something worse than him comes, to the point we kids have to save and help him, but he's swearing the whole time, and it's proper comedy, but yet there's gore. I think gore's even in the name. I think gore is even in the name.
Is it Psycho Gorman or something like that?
That's it. Have you seen Psycho Gorman?
No, sounds fun. Let me hold this.
Oh, please check that out. I think it's like Psycho Gorman something at the end of it, isn't it? Gorman.
Oh, this looks great.
Yep. There it is, Psycho Gorman. And he's some type of demon, right? That, I think, Keith could become something like that. It's like a mix between Stranger Things
to fuck around with.
It's like something out of the Power Rangers, but that was brilliant. That kind of gives me that that kind of same vibe. Eh? Todd says, yes, our company couldn't compete with the big boys streaming live races. I edited video, audio all day, every day, but can't keep up on the changes. Todd actually, he works in radio. He's part of a show called The Racing Boys over in, where is it he's from again?
It's definitely America.
Kansas.
Is it Kansas City?
Not Kansas. I don't think it's Kansas, is it?
Oh God, he'll remind us.
Sorry, Todd. So yeah, he works in a nice big studio. He goes on to say here, we sold our broadcasting rights to the competitor because of technology and cost of cameras. I would love to shoot movies instead of race cars. Todd, it is never too late, my friend. You know how to operate a mobile phone. It can be done even then, just the initial idea.
Yeah,
I mean, what movies or shorts like Keith can prove is the fact that we are now at a stage with the technology that is available to essentially the general public that we have the capability of making Hollywood level independent movies. Now, I mean, you look at something like Godzilla -1, that cost $15 million. And if that was made in Hollywood, you can multiply that by 10 at least. I think there's a lot of money being wasted and a lot of creativity being squashed when it comes to Hollywood. I don't know how you feel about it, but to me it seems like we might be seeing a little turn in the tide of which movies are going to get noticed now, because I think Hollywood just seems to churn out the same crap over and over again, and the independents are actually throwing out stuff that is pretty creative and it looks awesome and sounds awesome as well. And I think that's where guys like you come in. I mean, what do you what's your dream? What do you want to come next?
I just want someone to give me a bunch of money and say, "Here, make a film."
That is the dream, eh?
Every other filmmaker, but no, I agree with you. Independent filmmaking is always going to be better all the times. I think it's been proven very difficult in the last 2-3 years. And in the UK, I've really noticed budgets being squished, and like not much money being around. People is not taking risks, right? Like back then, I think it felt like people could take more risks because we had a lot of money. While now, I think I can generally see like people being a bit more conservative about what they want to put out there. So that's why it's more difficult to make independent filmmaking, especially since everything is 10 times more expensive. But
that's true.
As Kevin said, just use your phone. You can use your phone. And use stuff. Yeah. I'm a big fan of. You're saying sorry?
I was just going to say I work in the cinema industry, and I really feel the squeeze now on the industry. We had to actually sell one of our cinemas just purely because it just didn't. The movies are not bringing it in anymore. The industry's changed. The money are in different places, so I definitely think you're on it. One thing I would say to you though, right? See if you have a great trailer and a great concept, and you can outreach to that audience online. You can do like Indiegogo, Patreon, where it can be crowdfunded. A lot of our friends have done that. They went on to create I don't know if you saw RoboDoc, the creation of RoboCop. It's on Screenbox. Yeah, so that's our friends. They went ahead and done that. They've done the story of Robert Englund. That's the Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, and a lot of all that stuff starts from crowdfunding because people see the concept of what it is that they can do, and they've just had a great time with it. They're now working on the behind the scenes documentary for the filming of Terrifier 3. I don't know if you're a big Terrifier fan.
No, Terrifier. I'm getting so much knowledge.
Man, you love taking notes. I love that. It's just like, I've heard something, I'm gonna write it down.
I know.
I have a list that just keeps on going. Like I'm never gonna finish it, but I like having things in the list. So there's 3 films of Terrifier.
Oh, brilliant! There is,
there's 2.
Very, very gory. There's the third one's coming out though.
Oh
making that now, and that's because of how good their work has been. They were the guys chosen to do the behind the scenes to film the full documentary on that. Got tons of comments tonight. David says, was introduced to cocaine crabs of space today. 1 minute of my life I'll never get back. Apologies. We done a watch along last night of cocaine crabs from outer space where we watch along with our audience. We had a phenomenal time.
I'm gonna have to
Seems
take
like
a note of
that.
that. Okay,
Yeah, oh
crabs.
please do. The guy that made this film, his name is Chuck something. What's his name? Chuck. It's not
Chuck
Norris. Chuck
McGee. Chuck
McGee.
McGee.
Chuck McGee made this film, and
Try
it
to-
is absolutely hilarious.
Phenomenal.
And it's supposed to be like it's about crabs from space that come to Earth and take cocaine and start killing people. Okay,
Amazing.
Is
it is.
it like a
it's-
joke, like the whole bear cocaine and all that stuff, or is it just its own thing?
It's. I think it's. The name comes from Cocaine Bear. I think there's been a few since Cocaine Bear, like Cocaine Shark has come out and other things. These very low budget, independent pieces of shit, right? But I swear to God, the one we watched last night, Cocaine Crabs from Outer Space, we had such a good time with it. It was so silly, so cheap, so nasty, so funny. That during the time we were watching it, we have to try and get in touch with the guy that made this, because this is phenomenal. It's I mean, there's moments where you see like these crabs. There's like maybe 12 crabs that are supposed to be moving from one place to the next, and you can see that they're attached to each other with string and they're just being pulled along. It's like Thunderbird style nonsense, but man, it was such good fun. It was yeah.
I'm gonna contact G in the podcast one day, you know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
But oh man, you have to see it. It's fantastic. But it's not a good film in any way. But it was such a good film at the same time. It was such good fun. The guy knew what he was doing when he made it badly.
Yep.
And it just worked.
Yeah.
It just worked.
does.
But this
Well,
is a
it's all
different.
about, innit?
Keith isn't like that. I want to make that clear. Keith is not like that. Keith is a very accomplished piece compared to that.
I'm gonna leave now, and you guys are gonna talk shit about Keith. I'm gonna log in.
No, usually we're quite well known. To be fair, I don't think we ever talk shit about films, because we appreciate just how much goes into every film. However, sometimes if something just doesn't catch us, we're always very honest about that, because I think if I made something and the reviews were just people being nice to me, I would like to know if I'd done something that didn't quite hit. There was one time where we did say one. I think Jordan it was a film called Crispy's Curse, written by a guy called John Williams, right? A legend.
Not the John Williams. It's a different John Williams.
And J Mac went, "Here's my review of Crispy's Curse." And he put the phone down to his arse and he farted, right? And the guy was like, "Thanks, I'll try better next time." And then we felt so bad.
That'll give me a laugh, though. That'll give me a good old laugh.
Hey, anybody that doesn't find farts funny has not to be trusted. If they weren't supposed to be funny, they would not sound like that. Mattyman says Crispy's Curse was phenomenal. What are your favorite films, Alex? What films inspired you to make a film like Keith?
Well, I love sci-fi, and even though Keith is not very sci-fi-ish, I guess it has that. I just love fantasy in general, right? So like things that have fantasy, or like what's it called, like magical realism. I would say maybe Little Miss Sunshine is one of my favorite films. Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, very
that was all right.
Yeah, I just enjoy stuff that have kids in it. Not because I'm a weird guy, but because
I has a mustache and just said that.
That's because exploring like themes from like a kid's perspective is quite refreshing. You know, it's like it's like very like different point of view on like what we used to see every day. And things like Jojo Rabbit I think Jojo Rabbit I really enjoyed it. You know, the whole like kid with the imaginary friend and all that stuff. Yeah, and then it
was phenomenal.
Sorry,
I loved Jojo Rabbit. It was actually my son, my 10-year-old son, that said, "Dad, you have to watch Jojo Rabbit. It's really good." And then I watched it. I was like, when the fuck did you watch this? and also I thought it was fantastic. But you're right, when you see things from the perspective of a child, even movies like big movies like The Goonies, when it It can put you back in that time in your head when there was nothing more important than just having fun with your friends. And
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Have you seen that, Alex? Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I'm taking notes.
Because Diary of a
Wimpy
Wimpy Kid. My son, right, started reading the books, and he says, "Oh, Dad, there are films of this. Could we watch it?" And I'm like, in my head, all the best films that are through the lens of a child are done. They don't make good ones anymore. In my head, right? So the first one must have came out in 2011. To me, that's still too close. I thought, oh, this is going to be crap, but I'll watch it and I loved it. I was so excited to watch the next one because it has, see exactly what you're talking about. It has that. I really recommend Diary of a Wimpy Kid to anyone. Matthew agreed with me as well, and I like. Did you try to have that lens through the child with Keith? Is that why?
Yeah. Like everything is in like a very childish way, you know, like she's scared of dentists and stuff like that. Like if you was like, if you yourself was on your room and you hear that voice under your bed, you'll shoot yourself. Doesn't matter.
That's my wife. I'm joking.
But from a kid's point of view, it's a bit more chill. Like you kind of like have a conversation, right? Because like kids, we don't have that idea of like you know, like there's someone bad. I don't know. Maybe being a dreamer, but yeah. What about you guys? What's your favorite films or like your references and stuff?
That's very hard. That's very, very
like,
hard.
From the last month, let's say last month.
Well, in the last month, our favorite films are a lot of stuff that you can see actually through our websites and our logos and stuff. Never Ending Story. J-Mac and I will have an absolute,
the logo,
guarded love for Never Ending Story.
Yeah.
Horror, you're talking Halloween. We've actually had quite a lot of different cast members and directors on this show, from Freddy vs. Jason. Doug Curtis, good friend of ours. He produced Freddy vs. Jason, which was, again, that was my childhood. Freddy vs. Jason, where the two titans meet. We love Goonies, Labyrinth. You know the Jim Henson.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done the Gremlins, Lost Boys. A good few of our friends are in the movie Lost Boys. We've had Billy Worth on this show, and G's a good friend of ours. So I mean, to ask us what our favorite films are, it doesn't happen. Have you seen a film called Samurai Cop? Have you ever seen Samurai Cop? Oh, you are in for a treat.
Somebody knows my list is getting bigger and bigger. Samurai Cop.
Samurai Cop may be the best bad movie ever made.
The best.
I'm learning so much. There is like a lecture.
Maybe we should start doing this, Kev. We'll start doing university lectures on how to have really terrible taste in movies.
No, talk for yourself. I have great taste in films.
No,
but same taste as everyone else.
I've been doing some thinking recently about what my favorite film is, right? And I've got a lot of favorite films that you could put in a big list, like from the Schwarzenegger movies, the Stallone movies, your Rocky, Last Action Hero. But I think my favorite movie of all time, I think, is actually A Few Good Men. I think A Few Good Men is as close to a perfect film as you're ever going to get. I think it's phenomenal. I can see Kev disagreeing with me with his eyebrow. His eyebrow disagrees.
All right. This guy watches snooker.
I love snooker. What's wrong with snooker?
And watching snooker.
You can't trust him.
Fair play. Either I'm in denial or this guy's into something else. Matthew says the monster under the bed type stories will never not be creepy. The wee troll guy from Stephen King movie Cat's Eye scared the shit out of me as a kid. And he's
I've never seen Cat's Eye.
No, me neither. Yeah. Hi, Murray.
Guys, I got to shoot, but it's been great.
No, sorry. I know we only had 30 minutes with you. I know we've overshot, but
do you know what? Pleasure. That's because we're having so much fun. We're trying not to let you go.
No, this is good. I didn't really check at the time until now. It's like, no,
my
girlfriend, I'm gonna watch TV now. So yeah.
Oh, what are you watching?
What she wants to watch? Is it called Little Woman?
Oh, have fun with that. I'm always
every day we choose a different film, so it's her turn to choose a film. But no worries.
nice.
Tomorrow
Ah,
is
good.
Samurai Cop. You don't have to watch that.
Oh, phenomenal, mate. I will send you the short film, and let's keep in touch. And next time you can jump on and tell us
Yes,
about
please,
your
I'd like to see
BFI funded film, right? That gets funded.
Yeah, I'll show that to you for sure. Let's manifest. We're getting it. We're getting it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'd love to talk. We'd love to talk to you when you've got more time as well. It's really good fun, man. I'd like to bend your ear a little bit more, but
let's be in touch for sure. Where are you
Yeah,
guys based, by
thank
the
you.
way? Are you UK?
Scotland.
Are you based in
Scotland.
Nice.
Most folks say Ireland when they hear us, but it's Scotland. It's just a bit
Nah, I can
further
tell.
to
I
this
can
side.
tell. I love Scotland.
It's
me
cold.
too.
Nah,
I love Scotland. But
Excellent.
thank you very
Again,
much, Alex. It's been a pleasure, man,
much,
and
guys.
Yeah,
hope to hear
we'll
from
let
you
you
again
go.
soon.
And we'll plug Keith for you when you leave.
Yeah, do that.
Brilliant,
And
buddy.
then I'm actually very excited to watch all these movies you guys told me. There's so many good stuff.
Good.
Let us
You're
know
in
what you
for an
think.
absolute
Let us know what you think. There's some
You're in for
it.
really horrible, trashy fun in there.
You will love
Nice
it.
one.
We'll love it.
I love that.
Thanks
Thank
again,
you,
buddy.
guys.
We'll catch up
Have a
with you
good
soon.
night.
Cheers again. Bye-bye, Alex.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye. Good guy. That was amazing. That was amazing to have Alex on. We're always very blessed to have people that are... What the hell was that? Did you just shit?
I just lifted this glass up and it just
Mate.
splashed.
The comment section has gone wild tonight. A lot of Lucas fans, a lot of Kev fans. And if I haven't
Where's
missed
my
any
fucking
comments,
fans?
I
Nain
do
fans.
Only fans.
I'm literally going to start a website called Nay Fans, and nobody's going to join it. That's
Janice
me.
says, "Love you all." Well, we're going to hang around for the next 10 minutes or so, just kind of wrap up what we're chatting about here. Todd Surprise says, "Thunderbolt and Lightfoot."
I love that movie.
1974.
That is Jeff Bridges and Clint Eastwood. Fantastic film. Wait,
Love
what
the
the
picture.
what the fuck is that picture, by the way? I realised now who that is.
Where's
I took a
Lucas?
few looks at it before I realised who it was, and now I'm thinking, what the fuck is that picture? What happened?
I remember took him with the wrong place. Like your tank top, Kev. Thanks, mate. I'm not long back to the gym with Lucas.
You
So
pissed
I don't
all
know
over
what
my
it
tank top.
Lucas can do that. I don't know. Everybody's asking for Lucas, man. Everybody's, hey, if Lucas is watching, come on down, man. I don't mind. That was great, by the way. That was great. Just so you're all aware, Arrow Player is available at www.arrow-player.com. If you go to that, you can get a wee free trial which lasts 2 weeks, and then it costs $49.99 a year or $4.99 a month, which, by the way, is a coffee. You spend that on a coffee a day, and you can get all these classics and much, much more. Basket Case, City of the Dead, Battle Royale, Maniac.
I did not know that Battle Royale had a director's cut,
And you can find it on Arrow Player.
and I will.
Aidan says, Kev, I have a question. Can you answer? I can, my friend. Go for it. Mr. Higgins.
It's homophobic.
Big
Wait, what's
Kev,
going on? Wait, what the fuck is going on here?
I have no idea, but our Arrow podcast has been hijacked. It has been hijacked. There's tons of comments. I'm missing them all. Look, Sexy Kev. It is
What
often
about me?
said.
What about
It is
me?
often said. There we go. Love you, J Mac.
Oh, thanks, man. Oh,
Get like us.
is that Lucas? What the fuck is going on?
Kevin is so beautiful.
Right, get Lucas downstairs right now, and we'll see if these comments stop.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Misspelt legend, but I'll let it go.
Usually I point out these type of things. Yes, that was a class podcast. What a really nice guy as well, Alex. Make sure to check out Keith. It is available on the Arrow Player. You can again subscribe. It's $4.99 a month. That's nothing. 50 quid a year, and you're in for absolute bliss.
I really wish we could start doing these interviews in person, man. Like as much as it's really good fun, like this way of doing it just gets in the way sometimes. Kev, we need to start doing these things in person. Let's fuck.
Well, I mean, if you want to travel, where did they say he was from?
He never.
He's from Slovenia or something like that.
Mate, I love the fact that you just made that up.
Right. But we can't travel. Knowing the money we make on this.
I know, but when it's possible, even you and me should do it in person. When was the last time we did it in person?
Well, I've got some breaking news. I have some breaking news here on this episode, right? We are going to do a live in person, or it doesn't have to be live, but we're going to do an in-person podcast in the next couple of weeks because a friend of mine who actually started, you know this. You've been chatting to underagers, and we're here for your protection before the paddy wagon comes to take you away. And they're on Facebook, these hunters. Yep. Well, the guy that started that, right, was lifted and was on bail for like several years because due to the COVID thing. And the person that he caught with all the evidence, etc., didn't even go to court, but he got charged. Right, and he feels the justice system has let him down and let everybody else down and letting our kids down, and would like to do a podcast where he does a tell-all because now he can. He was bound before, but now he's no longer, and would like to tell his story. So I believe we should do that, and we'll just call Peter Files. We'll just call them like cookies or something. So how many cookies have you got? Do you know what I mean? So we don't get in trouble. But
community guidelines.
Exactly. I don't have to take another course, all right? I will. Everybody's cracking for Lucas here. I'm going to phone him now and tell him to come down and wrap the podcast up for us. By the way, if everybody would like to see our short film that we made called Tree, that stars Lucas.
We didn't make it.
No.
This was Todd's. It was Todd's film.
We definitely made it. You are in it.
I remember that. It's not our film. It's Todd's film.
Well, it's a joint. It's a joint. It's under a no real banner. It just couldn't be at the time because it was cheating essentially.
Just put that out on the fucking internet. Why don't you?
Guys, I tried to phone Lucas. He's ignoring me. He's probably playing Minecraft. So I'm sorry, guys.
I will happily sit here and wait for you to bring him down.
Right, okay. Before we wrap up, Joe, tell everyone that they can get a free trial of 2 weeks when they sign up at. I'll be back in 2 seconds, right? And I'm not even gonna wrap the show up. Lucas is gonna come here and he's gonna wrap the show up with you, all right?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Hey, if you ask for it on this show, we get it for you. Get him. Can you go to his room? Get him. Crazy system justice everywhere. Someone said on there, wow, 6 views. Mate, 6 views on YouTube. But if you go into all the other things, we're hoaching the night. There's loads of folk in here. Look at this. Look, Lucas, let's go. Yay. He's got a fucking fan club in here. So I give the audience what they want, right? Fucking hell, like Cam.
Jesus Christ.
Right, I'm gonna go and get Lucas, right?
Okay. So this whole short film thing that we've been doing recently is because Arrow and the people at Fetch Publicity have been nice enough to send us a swathe of short films to review, and they give us interview opportunities, and we get to speak to the directors of these short films. And the short films are a good way to showcase talent, and it showcases talent most of the time on basically no budget. So imagine what these people can do if they're actually given a budget. So get their stuff watched, get it out there, talk about it. Keith is a prime example. I mean, this is a monster under a bed, and his name's Keith.
Hello, guys.
Jesus Christ.
No problem. I was asked for me, so I'm here.
How you doing, Lucas? You all right, buddy?
Aye, good.
Good.
Man.
So have you? I'm good, man. Have you been upstairs commenting on a million different IDs, a million different
No, mate. All my friends always tune into the podcast all the time.
Oh, why are they only commenting tonight? Get them get them chint, right? Get them chint, get them tilt. It's like, oh boys, comment all the time because it's been a laugh. This has actually been a laugh. Get them to comment all the time. Share it amongst all your friends and extended friends. Get it done. How's it going anyway? Look, your hair grew back. Your hair grew back.
I can see them in the chat. That's brilliant.
I wish I could see it. I fucking can't.
I
Sorry,
can't. It's like, oh,
I didn't mean to swear.
honestly, ask Kevin to send it to you after. Genuinely.
So when are you going to do this? Oh, there's Janice saying, "Hey, Lucas."
Hi, Janice. I've been actually wanting to go on the podcast at some point, like day something. I don't really know, but yeah. I'll actually be wanting.
Why? Like when I met you, you were a wee boy. All of a sudden, you've turned into Leon Jackson. Anybody else remember Leon Jackson? Aloha Cinema, what is going on? I have no fucking idea, but it's good fun. We love it. So, Lucas, what's your favourite short film? You've never watched one, have you?
No, I watched a few. I was watching some with Kevin last night. There was actually one that's like, I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's like ghosts are on a house, right? And everybody thinks that the house is haunted, but the ghosts like didn't realise. They just think I don't know what it's called. It's called Bleep.
Bleep.
Aye, it was actually really good. Like I was genuinely laughing my head off last night. But Kevin had showed me it.
Right.
You'd been sent it.
Who's Aiden? You have to give him a shout out.
That's for school. That's Aiden for school. That is brilliant, actually. Genuinely.
What does that mean?
Like,
what does that mean?
They tune in all the time. You just didn't realise, man.
Who's Zach Mullen?
Like, he's in my modern class. I was playing with him on Minecraft earlier. Shout out your Minecraft server. You just said that in the chat.
Why is his profile picture you going through chemo?
I don't know.
There's Harry as well. Right, this podcast has been absolutely hijacked by youngins.
I know.
and Kev's shoulder, Kev's wee fucking hairy shoulder.
You know, everybody at school calls Kevin Big Kev. That's what they all call him, genuinely. Like, everybody knows who he is. They all watch a podcast. They always call him Big Kev.
Why Big Kev? I mean,
I don't know.
He's no wee, but he's no big. He's Kev.
Aye. But everybody just calls him Big Kev for some reason. Aye, like Aiden's now commenting.
Big Kev. Anyway, if Kev's big, what am I? I'll let your pals answer that. We love Big Kev. We love Big Kev. Wee Japanese guy wearing a Celtic outfit. Kit. Fuck's sake. Kev's sexy.
I know, Kev. This is what I mean. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Big Kev, man. I've told you. It's like a damn cult. It's calling him small. Mate, they're all calling you small now.
Giant J, I'll take that.
See what I mean, mate? Like, honestly, they're all mental, man. They all call Kevin Big Kev and they'll tune in.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Aye, thanks, man. And thank you for commenting on Kevin's looks.
Is that Lauren as Aloha Cinema going, what the fuck's going on?
Probably.
I just realised Kevin can't hear what I'm saying.
He's next to you, I think, maybe. But I can tell him what you're saying after this.
He's next to me. Fuck, he must have snuck in. I thought I locked the door.
No, he's next to you.
There's no chance he can hear me because you've got
like
headphones
2 seconds ago, I was sitting right in like my bed, like not my bed, my chair playing Red Dead Redemption. Now I'm down here listening to these guys called Kevin Sexy. Done the amends.
Oh God!
I went for fighting the O'Driscolls to this.
Fighting the O'Driscolls? What are you fighting the O'Driscolls for?
Reg, you want to wrap this up?
Oh man, that is an epic burn, Lucas. Well done. Epic burn. Thank you very much. Get the fuck off my podcast. Away you go. Away you go. Bolt. Get out. Get out of that room. Get them back to your... Wee dick just burnt me. I just got dick burnt.
I gave him the opportunity to wrap the show up. But he's caught in the moment chatting, so I shall do the honours here. Thank you everybody for tuning in as always. All the new crew that are in. Can you say hi, Jaden, Aiden, Murray, Ryan, Adam, Zach, Aaron, Rory, Kai? That felt like
that says Kia, by the way. I'm just saying.
You say it. You say it.
Can you say hi, Jaden, Aiden, Murray, Ryan, Adam, Zach, Aaron, Rory, Kia? Who the fuck is called Kia apart from the car company?
You get a free car if you call your kid Kia. I hope they've got a free car.
Bullshit.
Love you, mate. Google it. Google it.
Is that a real thing? I'm having another
100%. But it's a boy, Kia. Hi, Adam
Kia.
Scott. Janice, as always, it has been a blast. I'll send you the short film. It's been a blast, and what a takeover, eh? What a takeover! Lucas taking over the show, man. He needs his own show.
First time ever. He does, and I'm not helping him with it because he was a fucking dick to me.
So great show tonight, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you to Alex for tuning in, for being on the show tonight. Make sure you go and check out Keith. All of you guys, if you want to go, all of you crew, the Lucas crew, if you want to watch a film that's class, go to the Arrow Player and check out the film Keith. Right, send the shitters right up, yous, and enjoy that.
But don't make a night of it because it's only 2 minutes long. Didn't make a night
exactly.
Of it. Like you don't get all your mates round with popcorn to watch Keith.
They don't do that these days, mate. They don't do that these days. 2 minutes is a long video for them to watch.
Attention spans only what they used to be, are they?
Exactly.
Strange.
Exactly.
Strange that, isn't it? The more focus they put on these things, the more people have got problems with it. It's a bit strange, but there you go. Aye.
Strange. Nothing strange. Right. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Appreciated by all. We're going to get out here and let you guys enjoy your Monday night, bank holiday Monday. There's no school on Tuesday. That's why they're all doing this. Go check Keith out on the Arrow Player. It is only $4.99 for the month or $49.99 for a year. Get all these absolute bangers: Basket Case, Maniac Cop, Arm, Bleep, which was phenomenal. Lucas was telling you that. It is literally it's the others, but funny. And again, thank you all for tuning in. Tune in on a Sunday night, 9 p.m. Well, we'll have another banger. We maybe have some more interviews before then, but hang tight, Teddy Bear, and we'll see. But Sunday at least, you catch us there every Sunday, 9 p.m, where we chat absolute shangus. So on that note, take it easy, fellers. Anything you want to say, J-Mac?
Just thank you. Thanks for the takeover tonight. That was really good fun. It's the first for this show, so I'm happy with it. I'm happy for a wee takeover. And keep on watching, keep on listening. You know all that shite. Kev does it all the time, but aye. Love it.
Class.
Thanks everybody. That was live. I can't hold my breath that long, you fucking neck.